How you doing? And welcome back to the Pecan Harvest Festival 2020. And today, my name is Joaquin Trent. I'm your host. And we also have Boone Holladay and Alizé Hawk. Just to give you a couple of quick updates and on our Pecan Show winners. And also, Alizé Hawk has some updates for you as well on the festival. And I'm not going to waste any time talking too much. I'll go ahead and pass it on over to Boone Holladay. He can make the announcement for the Pecan Show winners.
Fantastic. Well, good to hang out with y'all on a Sunday. It's sad that we're not face-to-face hanging out there in Richmond, but we're crossing our fingers and looking forward to 2021 as being our redemption to get out of this mess. I'm going to try my best here to share my screen to go over not only the winners of the Pecan Show for this year. We didn't have a ton of entries, but the entries that did come in looked well, and we're going to showcase those individuals, but I'll also kind of show you a little bit of the background of how we judge the show. All right, we ready? I'm going to try this again and see if it wants to work for me. Okay. See my screen there?
All right.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, so we judged the Pecan Show in multiple categories. So we start off at the county level. So this is a way that we get to kind of choose the best pecan entries from each county, and then the best of those move up to one of the 4 regional pecan shows, and then they take those and they weed out the ones that aren't the best, and they take the best of those samples and send them up to the state pecan show, which is typically held in July of the year, either in San Marcos, College Station, or Mesquite, which is just kind of east of Dallas. But for the county show this year, we have 3 divisions. So the first division here that you see on the screen is the classic and new varieties. So these are just some orchard standard classics that are pooled together as one of the divisions. And quite a few varieties in here, but this year, the ones that stood out is the Stewart variety. And as you can see on here in the middle of the screen, both of the Stewart varieties in this division were our winners, our grand champion and our reserve grand champion. So both of these samples are coming out of the Fulshire area. And the first place and the grand champion winner is Robin Winfrey, and reserve grand champion is Steve Smith. And as you can see right above that, we had a gang of samples that came in from Wharton County because they didn't hold their own county pecan show this year. So we judged those here at our level. So congratulations to those 2 individuals. I'm going to move down here next to our commercial division. And this one right here these are the standard production commercial varieties that are grown typically in the larger orchard in the United States. And so in here, this one worked out kind of funny because we have 2 varieties that did well. One is the Desirable, and the second is our Forkert variety. And this one here, it just so happened that our winners for the commercial variety ended up being the same person. Mr. Art or Dr. Art Clowater out of Needville is our first place and our grand champion in the division with his Forkert variety, which is a large pecan, but it was a very good looking pecan. And then second place or our reserve grand champion in this division was Art Clowater as well. And so congratulations to him for dominating in the commercial division there. And so the third and last division that we have are our natives. And I'll flip to this next screen here. So Mr. John Green, that is out of Booth. If we know where Booth is, just south and east of Richmond, is our first place winner, our grand champion in this category. And again, Dr. Art Clawitter of Needville was our second place with or his reserve champion with his native. One thing that I just wanted to showcase right here real quick is to show you how we do this. So what we do, this is a pecan grading demonstration. And what that means is that if you were going to be selling pecans to an accumulator buyer, there's a grading process that helps you with your negotiations when you're looking at your price. So what they would do typically is they're going to take 10 pecans randomly out of your sack, and they're going to weigh those pecans in the shell, and then they're going to crack them, and they're going to weigh the kernels, which is the meat, the stuff you want to eat. They're going to weigh that, and then that's going to give you some type of a standard to go by to see what the quality is. So if you look up here at the top, we have nuts per pound here that's calculated for us when we weighed those. And then after we cracked those 10 pecans and then shelled out the kernels and weighed the kernels, then we get this percent kernel weight. So what it means here for this winner of Robin Winfrey out of Fulshire is that for her Stewart pecan, there's going to be nearly 39 nuts per pound. And when we shell that out, 46% of what's there is the food, is the kernel. Okay, so when we look at that compared to some of these other ones here, we'll see it's up on the higher area. Versus both these pecans looked very similar, but this one here we didn't get as much kernel out of it, and so the kernel percentage weight went down slightly, which brought her up to the top. And so we can do that again down here with the commercial varieties. When we look at this Forker variety, we have 38 pecans per pound versus the desirable is 36 pecans per pound. But look at this percent difference, 62% kernel weight. So basically we're getting, when we crack that out, we're able to eat 62% of what we started with versus this one here, we're only being able to eat half of it. So that means half is the food and then half is just shell that we disregard. So that's how we do this. That's why we do this, is to help the producers understand how well their pecans are. We do the work on cracking and weighing and putting them into the database. And so, you know, a good standard would be to say if I was above 50%, my pecans are pretty good this year. If they're at 62%, you know, you're doing really good. Those are really good pecans. And so if I was going to take those to a buyer, I'm going to wear my top hat and bring my cane, and I'm going to be ready to talk pricing with these people. So a lot of fun, and we're really glad that we had the individuals that participated with us this year in the show. On an average year, we have about 50 entries into the Pecan Show. This year we had about 16 in total. And that's just due to COVID restrictions. And we didn't do a whole lot of publicity this year because the folks that help us is our local Fort Bend Orchard Production Committee. And this is a group of individuals that help us with education and programs throughout the year. And we didn't want to pull on them this year because of COVID exposure, etc. So myself, Brandy Rader from our office, and our ag agent, Philip Tillman, we were able to get these cracked and weighed and judged on our own this year. But congratulations and thanks for those that entered. And again, we'll look for a bigger, more robust show next year. But we will be giving out those awards to those individuals next week.
Mhm.
Right on.
Awesome. Thank you, Boone. And a question for you, man.
Congratulations to all the pecan winners.
Yes. Boone, so where are all the extra pecans at that they submitted? You know, you can mail
The
them
extra pecan.
this way if
Yeah,
you like.
well, so what happens is
Hmm.
we when we crack those out, we ask for 50
Hmm.
pecans, and we only need about
Okay.
40. So what happens is
Okay.
we crack 10 of those, and then
Hmm.
we shell those out, and those are the pecans that we use for our show. And then any of them that we qualify that we think are of worthiness to move up to the regional show,
Hmm.
we take the rest of those pecans that they submit to us, and then they're bagged up and they move up to regionals and states. So we don't get the benefit of eating all the leftover pecans. They're
Ah, man.
they're in a box at the office, and they are ready to ship up to College Station next week for the regional show.
Okay.
So they just keep
All
going
right.
up
I was just gonna
higher and
offer my
higher
help
up
with
the
that.
ladder.
Hopefully, yeah, we hope that our
Awesome.
samples make it all the way up to state. Typically, on an average year, um, we'll have 4 or 5 folks represented from Fort Bend County at the state show.
Oh, cool.
All right.
Very cool.
Awesome. All right.
Thank
Well,
you,
thank you,
Boone.
Boone, and yes, and congratulations again to all the winners. And we do have a couple words from Alizea. I know you had a couple of things you wanted to share with us, so it's yours. The floor is yours.
I do. We have 3 raffle winners to announce today with some very cool prizes. Um, we have this would be our event day, the Sunday before Thanksgiving, and just so that all of our watchers out there know, um, we have dedicated 2020 to really um, doing what everybody's doing, I think, really beefing up our online presence so that we have all of our marketing materials in place for our partners and our sponsors and our participants for our bake-off contest, our car show contest, our vendors, and of course our wonderful historic downtown merchants. So we have always wanted to have our new website with connectivity to our Facebook, our Instagram, our LinkedIn, our new MailChimp, and of course our brand new YouTube channel. So we have a bunch of videos that we're finalizing now that we'll be promoting through Christmas as those things are developed and in place. So we're so close to meeting our goal of having everything in place. We wanted it for event day, which is the Sunday before Thanksgiving, which is today. That's extended to Thanksgiving Day. Every year we send out a Thanksgiving email to all of our participants and our vendors, thanking them for their involvement in Pecan Fest. This year, that email, which typically comes from our administrative email account, will be coming from our new MailChimp. So now they'll be getting a newsletter. And that newsletter, in that email, that e-newsletter, will have the links to all of our new materials, our new website, which will be launching now on Thanksgiving Day, our Facebook, which we've always had, that will be connected to Instagram, our new LinkedIn account, and they'll be able to sign up for mailing lists. So if you're a vendor, you get to sign up for a vendor mailing list. If you just want to be notified about festival contests and free raffles, you get on that mailing list. So there will be a whole bunch of cool things going out on Thanksgiving. So while our typical event, when we have an outdoor event, is the Sunday before Thanksgiving, this year it is actually on Thanksgiving Day. So when you go to our website, you will see a countdown to launch, and we are 3 days, 22 hours, and 39 minutes away from our hosting service scanning everything and taking off that coming soon page on Thanksgiving Day. So that's our first announcement. That does mean that our car show online contest will be on Facebook. So our car show committee will be posting all of our online car show registrants on Facebook today and tomorrow for judging through Thanksgiving Day, which means we will have another live stream like we have now with our car show coordinator to announce those car show winners. So head on over to Facebook and check out our car show entries and cast your vote for our winning car shows.
Cool.
We also have 3 raffle tickets, as I mentioned, and one of those will be receiving this lovely handmade gift donated by Bubble Princess, one of our artisan vendors. She makes these lovely handcrafted soaps. I don't know if you can see that, but it's a hand soap. So inside this box, each one of these is numbered 1, 2, 3. It's an advent calendar to the 12 days of Christmas. I'm going to try to just put that in front of so you can see the numbers. And when you open the box, there's a little gift that you pull out each of the 12 days before Christmas. I got one, and it comes in a beautiful little bag. It's got drawstrings, and I have lotion, and I have the cool little soap with the star. This is, I think it's a shower. It says shower stoner. So I guess you unwrap it. And it's just really to pamper yourself. And some hand sanitizer, all handmade. So this lovely handmade Advent gift basket box will go to,
Me.
the winner is Gail Creel. Gail, congratulations. You have won a gift box, 12-day Advent.
Gail.
All right, Gail.
And our second raffle winner gets a gift certificate to Bagley Pecans of Richmond. Now, Bagley Pecans of Richmond is our beer and wine garden sponsor, and they have everything from traditional pecans, native, Pawnee, all sorts of variations, cracked, shelled, in the half pound, full pound, whatever. But they also have wonderful chocolate covered pecans and pecan jellies and pecan honeys and all kinds of pecan related goodies. So the winner of that gift certificate is Brenda Huntsman. Congratulations, Brenda, for winning your gift certificate to Bagley Pecans of Richmond. And our last winner also receives a gift certificate to Bagley Pecans of Richmond. And her name is Christine Lewis. Congratulations, Christine. Thank you for entering our raffle on Eventbrite, one of our new platforms for our 2020 marketing. So we are getting a lot of interaction on Eventbrite. People are getting that free raffle ticket, and we're going to keep it going each year. So the pumpkin contest will continue, our raffles will continue, our live streams will continue, and the car show committee has said that the online car show category will continue as well. So we have a lot of new things in place that will carry on year after year after year. So we're all very excited. So thank you for all of your participation, everybody. Thank you. Don't forget to check out our website, which is on Thanksgiving Day. And that'll be 1 o'clock our time, Texas. Okay.
All right.
Awesome. Boone, I just really want to thank you. Every time you talk about pecan education, I always learn so much. I had no idea that there was so much detail that went into the judging of those pecan show contest, entries, and that they went up, to the regional competitions. That's fascinating.
Well, you would notice in there was nothing about us tasting the pecans. We don't actually taste the pecans. That's not even part of it. So that's kind of a bummer.
I know.
As part of it. But,
when we have our bake-off, when we have an outdoor event, we have that wonderful bake-off contest, and we get all these beautiful cakes and pies and pecan bars, and we can't sell them. and everybody's drooling over them. And at the end of the day, it always goes to our first responders in historic downtown Richmond. So it goes to our police department and our fire department. And everybody's so jealous of them because they get to eat all of those yummy desserts that our bake-off committee spends so much of their time really, entering, cooking to enter the contest.
Payment. That's a good payment for those folks. We need them there, and we need them happy about being there too. So that works out.
Yeah, we're happy to give them to them. Yeah, it's funny to watch them kind of like wrestle in and grab the ones that they want first. But yeah. Okay, Ace. I don't think that enough people know what you do for Pecan Fest. We call him Ace because he's our logistics coordinator. So he's in charge of coordinating and making sure that all of that equipment on our Westendorf Park sound stage is in place. That all of those games for our kids that are free to the public for the kids to play the bouncy games are there and in place. He's the one coordinating those food trucks, getting into Food Truck Row and all of our food tents getting out there, getting the blockades out, getting the beer and wine garden tent put up. And without Ace, we don't know what we do without you, Ace. So I'm just deeply appreciative of everything that both of you do. Boone for Pecan Education and Ace as our logistics coordinator. I hope that on Thanksgiving Day, when all of our stuff is in place, that that you really feel that kind of appreciation that our community planners have for you guys. Because
for sure. Thanks,
Pecan Fest wouldn't be the same without you.
Yeah, great.
Thank you. All right, awesome. All right. Well, I guess it's time to conclude our live stream. I hate to conclude it. I like to keep talking, but anyone else had anything else you wanted to tell our fine followers before we go?
Just head on over to our Facebook page. Facebook is our central hub right now as we get everything in place for Thanksgiving Day. So head on over to Facebook, like, share, follow, and check out the website, Pecan Harvest Festival TX. There's a dash in between all of that.com on Thanksgiving Day at 1 p.m.
Yeah, I have one thing real quick. Just, a lot of our pecan growers that I work with have really benefited from this festival the last couple of years to increase their direct-to-consumer sales, which is obviously the most profitable sales opportunity for them. And without that, they're struggling this year, not only with that and the lack of those opportunities, the wholesale market price has dropped down because of international price fluctuations due to COVID. So get out, go to your local farmers market, support all your local farmers, whether it's pecans, vegetables, honey, eggs, whatever it is. Those folks, they really need your help. So do anything that you can to get out, get in front of those people and support them as much as you can.
That is one of the things that Pecan Harvest Festival is really dedicated to. Is we are deeply supportive of our local farmers and our shop local historic downtown. All of the mom and pop shops downtown, our farmers market vendors, our artisan vendors. We're talking local farmers and handcraft, made in Texas vendors. We don't take any kind of distribution materials or merchandise. Everything is local, handmade, sourced off of the farms here in Texas. And we will be promoting our shop local merchants and farmers and artisan vendors like Bubble Princess through Christmas to get business to our Pecan Harvest Festival community. So absolutely stay on top of our social media. We'll be promoting our local farmers, our local artisans, our local historic downtown merchants, our nonprofit partners, and get involved. Shop local.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. I guess that concludes our stream. And I just want to say one last thing is happy Thanksgiving, everyone. See y'all
Happy
later.
Thanksgiving. See you on
Bye-bye.
Thanksgiving. Come back on Thanksgiving Day, 10 a.m. to 11.
That's
See
right.
y'all.
Be
Here on
back.
YouTube.
All right.